In a witness statement filed by Prince Harry in the High Court, he takes another swipe at the royal family, only this time you may not think that it's entirely unjustified. So in this witness statement filed in the High Court by Prince Harry, he accuses the royal family of, as he put it, without doubt, withholding information from him for a long time about phone hacking. He says that they didn't want to open a can of worms, as it's reported by Sky News. This at the very least provides one possible answer to the news company's argument that his claim should be statute barred for being more than 6 years old, because Harry claims that he was only aware of the claim of the potential invasions to his privacy after 2018. This because, as he says, that this information has been withheld from him. He goes on to say that the royal family made it clear to him that he did not need to know anything about the phone hacking, and that it was also made clear to him that the royal family did not sit in the witness box, adopting a strict no-comment policy. As you've probably heard before, the never complain and never explain policy, meaning, as Harry says, that even the worst or most suspicious articles were never brought to his attention. Now, of course, associated newspapers continue to deny all allegations of wrongdoing, but Prince Harry's and Sir Elton John's and others' claims against the newspaper do raise significant issues of concern about potential invasion of privacy, particularly if it does turn out that there's been illegal methods of hacking and information gathering to invade on someone's privacy. Prince Harry went on to say that he was, quote, bringing this claim because I love my country and I remain deeply concerned about the unchecked power, influence and criminality of the publisher, and that the British public deserve to know the full extent of this cover-up, and I feel it is my duty to expose it, he says. But of course, as I said, associated newspapers have denied all of these claims, and Buckingham Palace reportedly has declined to comment on Harry's remarks. But of course, this case and these complaints are not just brought by Prince Harry. There are others involved. For example, Sir Elton John and his husband, David Furnish, claimed that they had not seen a copy of their first child's birth certificate before they say it was unlawfully obtained by the Daily Mail and placed underneath a derogatory headline. The couple were described in the court documents as being outraged and mortified, alleging that the privacy of their own home had been ruthlessly invaded, with their landline allegedly being tapped. Staff were targeted in order to steal and exploit information to fuel stories for publication. So one way or another, these are of course extremely serious allegations, which, it seems to me, are worthy of trial, because they don't just affect the Prince and Sir Elton and others involved in the claim, but also anybody else that comes into the public eye. Because just because somebody is a public figure doesn't mean that their whole private life is, quote, fair game for newspapers to start writing about. And in fact, this comes back to another point that I've talked about in previous videos, where on the one hand, there is no absolute right to the expectation of privacy in a public place. If a public figure were sitting down at a restaurant or at a cafe with their children, for example, as has been the case in one live case, the courts may take the view that they have a reasonable expectation of privacy even though they are in a public place. So if you were standing around taking photographs unwantedly and they were trying to remain private even though they are in a public place, the courts may take the view that they have a reasonable expectation of privacy, and that might be breached by people coming along and taking photographs. And so I, for one, think that the law is quite likely to take on some slight changes in the next year or two, or even significant changes, where we may be drawing lines between not having an expectation of privacy in a public place, as against that which is not fair game and should remain private. So as always, I'd be very interested in your thoughts, comments, questions in the box below. Make sure you please like this video and subscribe. I'm very grateful to all of you showing an interest in my videos and subscribing to my channel here as I help you to understand law. And in the meantime, I thank you for watching.